Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is episode 2 of our in-depth deep dive into cars that pop up for sale. This is VIN 2894. This is a 2019 GSF in smoky granite mica. It's paint code 1GO with interior code LA30, which is the red leather interior with a standard carbon fiber trim. So 2019, there's only 233 cars that were made. Not a whole lot. It's not the lowest production year, but there are a few of them out there. So this popped up on Auto Trader just a few hours ago. Today's July 26th, 2025, and it has 65,000 miles and they want $59,000 for it. It is a Texas car. It's been in Texas its entire life. It's for sale at a BMW dealer in Arlington, Texas, which is the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Looking it over, looking through the service history, looking through the pictures very closely, everything else that I have on my end as well. It's a 2-owner car. It looks like it was originally a leased vehicle, so it was serviced through Lexus heavily, of course, while it's under lease. So now it's a 2-owner car. So if you buy it, you'll be the 3rd owner. 2-owner car, no accidents, no damage reported. Out of all the roughly 2,400 GSFs, there's only around 1,000. There's like 900 and something left that are clean title, no accidents. And so this is one of those cars. However, I'll get to that in a minute. Everything is not always what it seems. And so fortunately, Lexus, Toyota, they put their service history, make it available to the public if you log in through their website so they can watch who's checking and everything like that. So I've done that with this car as well. So as I said, no accidents, 2 owners, and the BMW dealer actually did even some more maintenance on it in preparation for sale, which is, that's kind of a perk of buying a car from a large dealer, is they'll put a decent amount of money into these cars to get them ready to sell because they are not an inexpensive vehicle. So this BMW dealer, before I get into the older service history, the BMW dealer, it replaced one of the front shocks. It's real common on these, especially the 2017 and newers, for the original shocks to leak. And so one of them had been replaced in the past on the front. This is the other one. They did that. They did front brakes, they did back brakes, and just other minor cosmetic repair. So that, according to what they listed on their website, they spent about $4,000 reconditioning that vehicle. So now on to the service history. So I have my notes here. So first and foremost, this car, when you start looking at a lot of the GSFs, if you don't live around a Lexus dealer, it's not going to be well serviced at a Lexus dealer, but you may see other services on a Carfax at like a Jiffy Lube. Not bad example, but a third independent mechanic, something like that. So this car, as I said, very well serviced at the Lexus dealer. If there was an issue, something, they took it there and it got addressed. So when I read off this service history, don't look at it like that's a detracting factor. Look at it like it's already been addressed, because as you've heard me talk in other videos, these cars did have a few common issues and nearly all of them have it. So this car, a lot of that's already been addressed, except for a few things which I'll get into here in just a minute. So starting from the beginning, if you go back to around, let's say 2019, there was a scratch on the hood with 11,000 miles. 2019, at 18,000 miles, the low pressure fuel pump was replaced due to hard starting. Again, that's not unheard of on these cars. I have seen a few of them. A lot of them ended up getting replaced because they were making noise, and there was later an update for the software that stopped that. But I think this actually was a fuel pump failure at 18,000 miles. 2020, 28,000 miles, both the passenger and driver rear seatbelts were replaced. Kind of unusual, but that's done. 2021, 36,000 miles, the right front shock was replaced. As you heard me say before, the BMW dealer, in preparation for the sale, they replaced the left front. So this car has 2 new front shocks, albeit 5+ years apart, 4 years apart, but they are new. So that would tell me, if I was going to buy this car, I would go look at the rear shocks and make sure those aren't leaking, because as I said, the 2017 to 2020s, the 16s weren't affected by this issue when they went to the dampening, the electronic damping shocks. So the 17s to 20s, you got to inspect the shocks. They're not super expensive to replace. $200 a piece, something like that. Not unheard of, not unreasonable, plus labor, of course. So moving on, 2021, also at 36,000 miles, the left front and right front dash carbon fiber pieces were replaced because they were delaminating. Again, very common issue on these cars, not unheard of. They were replaced under warranty, and they're about $1,000, $1,300 a piece if you're going to replace them outside of warranty. So glad to see that those are already done. Moving on to, so it looks like at the same service, 36,000 miles, they reported that the headlight was cracked and the bumper was misaligned. 1,000 miles later, 37,000, they said there were issues with the parking sensors being damaged, some other issues that they reported on the service history there. It kind of sounds to me like something may have been hit and it wasn't reported under insurance. So misaligned bumper, cracked headlight, damaged parking sensors. Sounds to me like something may have been impacted, but there wasn't an accident or anything. So maybe something got struck low speed in a garage or parking lot, who knows. But that would be something I would look into if I was purchasing this vehicle. At the same time, they tinted the front windshield and re-tinted the other windows. That would be something that if you're going to register this in Texas, they're big on no tint on the front windshield if you have a safety inspection. So, something to be mindful of is you may have to pay to remove that window tint on the front. Texas, we do tint windows a little darker than other parts of the country, may be illegal in your state, depending on your local laws and regulations. Moving on to 2022, 39,000 miles, two of the wheels were repaired for curb rash. December of 23 at 50,000 miles, they did the 60,000 mile service. So that's the big one. If you take that and do the 60,000 mile service at the dealer, it could be around $2,000 or more to do. That's spark plugs, which is kind of in depth. If you follow my channel, you've seen I've done that. If you can do it yourself, but it's not what I would call a simple job. But the 60,000 mile service is doing all the fluids, the differential, the transmission, everything, and lots of in-depth inspection, belts, hoses, things like that. So this car, it's already been done, and it was done at the end of 23, so a year and a half ago, not too terribly long ago, so you should still be all right. 2024, they proactively cleaned the sunroof drains, 51,000 miles. Good to see that. Not super common unless you're parking this car under a tree or something like that. So again, in 2024, but at 53,000 miles, the front tow hook cover was replaced. Those are $30 or $40 to replace. They are painted. They don't fit extremely well. They kind of rattle. Mine's been replaced, and it's not a super tight fitment. But now I have a front license plate bracket that's plugged into that, so I don't have it. But that is a common issue, and well, that is an issue that you do see on these cars. Not unreasonable, not unexpected. And then in 2025 at 61,000 miles, remember this has 64 on it, the carbon fiber center console was replaced. So that was probably a $2,000+ job out of warranty. Somebody didn't hesitate to spend that. It looked like the service right before that, they got a quote for it, and then the very next service, they replaced it. So it sounds to me like if this car needed something, it was addressed. Maybe not the headlight issue, which I'll get into in here in just a minute. And then, as I said, at 2025, at 64,000 miles, that's where this BMW dealer did $4,000 worth of service, doing the front and rear brakes and the other front shock. So it sounds to me like this car, service-wise, has been very well done. If it needed it, it was addressed. So now looking onto the pictures, and you heard me talk about that headlight and that damage that they referred to in the service. If you look at those pictures, you can see that one of the front headlights there's either moisture or damage or foggy or yellowness. There's something going on there, and keep that in mind, because if you have to replace this headlight, you're looking at about $4,000 plus labor to remove the bumper, recalibrate the headlight, re-level everything for the new part. There's a decent amount of expense involved in replacing that. So pay close attention. You heard in the service history, it talked about the misaligned bumper, the damaged parking sensors. Look very close at those, make sure everything is good. And then so the rest of it outside, it looks very clean. The lower carbon fiber piece, which is real common on these, if they don't have any paint protection film, it looks like it's pretty pitted. You can get that refinished for a couple $100s if you're a do-it-yourselfer. If you want to replace it, that piece is like $8,000. So, you know, obviously not the first choice would be to do that, would be to get it refinished if you're big on making it perfect. Or you just drive it and live with it. You know, that's up to you. But as I said, outside looks good, well serviced. Let's move on to the interior. So the two front carbon fiber pieces have been replaced on the dash, and the center console has been replaced. Look closely at these pictures, and it's delaminating once again on the front. So this is the first car I've actually seen where it all has been replaced, and now it's doing it again, which tells me that either Lexus did not fix the original problem, or the updated part did not fix the issue either. So it's probably replaced with the exact same part that existed before. Obviously went about 3 more years, and now it's starting to fail again. So if you don't want to send your parts down to the guy down in Florida for a couple $100 a piece, if you're going to replace them, you're looking at a couple $1,000s to replace those as well. So the giveaway on those carbon fiber pieces is if you look at the edge of them, if the light hits them, you can see a little bit of white on the corners, and that's the delamination starting. So this car, you know, you're either gonna live with it, get it refinished, or you're gonna spend some money. One of the above. But that's really all I have on this car. You know, it really does. You can't be too picky as these cars get older, because at the end of the day, this is a lower mile, clean title, no accidents car. You can't go into it expecting you're gonna get a brand new car when it is, at the end of the day, it was first in service in either late 18, early 2019. So you're talking about a 6 or 7 year old vehicle with 65,000 miles and 2 owners. So when you compare it to everything else that's out there for offer, this is a pretty good one. And knowing that, you know, check out the headlight and look in the front, make sure all that's good, figure out what you're gonna do with the carbon fiber, and then jump in, buy it, go enjoy it. Now, as far as the pricing goes, for 2019, $59,000, you know, if you followed what I've talked about in the past, the values of these basically hit the bottom in around the summertime of 2024. So here we are, summer of 2025, a year later. The values have slowly crept up. Auction prices have proven that too. You know, cars that were selling in the 60s are now selling in the 70s. The 2016s that were selling in the 40s are now in the 50s. So, you know, they were, pre-COVID, they got really cheap. And then when the COVID mania happened, they came up, started to go back down a little, and now they're creeping back up again. So I think it's that the nice ones have basically either gone into hiding or people are holding on to them, what have you. So when they do come up for sale, they can demand a pretty high premium for them, and they get it. And so there are several out there right now. Just on Auto Trader right now, July 26, 2025, there's 12 of these available, where usually there's, you know, 3 to 5, and most of those have been sitting for a while because those are the ones that have issues. You know, they're either rebuilt title or they've been tossed around, they got some issues, some stories, something like that. But this one that's for sale right now, it's a, you know, no stories other than if you can figure out what happened to that headlight and the bumper in the corner. It looks like a good one, and the price seems fair. It seems commensurate to where the market is on a 2019 right now. So I would say if you're in the market, it's worth checking out. You don't have to worry about being up north with the corrosion and things like that. It's been a Texas car its whole life, low mile, no issues other than what has been discussed. So if you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell icon, and of course, consider subscribing to the channel. So as time goes on, maybe this car's for sale in 5 years from now. Somebody will be Googling the VIN. It'll show up, this video will show up. If you see it, this is what this car looked like in 2025. So if you're here from the future, this is everything about this car. But again, thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you soon.